Hey guys, it's Tommy CM. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another episode of FUNFAIR Frenzy. This episode we're just continuing with the FUNFAIR theme. In the last episode we built a Venetian carousel, and in this episode we're carrying on with those classical style rides, and we've put a teacups ride in. Again, with the design of the ride here, I want to keep it similar to the last episode, similar to the Venetian carousel, just because it's in the same sort of area, and I just want to make it sort of an attractive ride in its own right. Have a queue line that looks neat, looks smart. Here we are again with the custom fencing. Just gone for some sort of fairy tale style fencing for this one, and then similarly with the Venetian carousel, obviously we put a hedge in there to go around the edge of the ride, and that is what I'm going to be putting on this one, just because I think it just adds a bit more colour to it, and adds a bit more of a design, and kind of blends in, especially if you're putting a lot of planting around the area. With the vintage / carnival style park, there's going to be a lot of trees, a lot of planting, so that's why I've done that. Again, sticking with the theme of putting these archways in, and I feel like I've done these on quite a lot of the rides so far, but I just think it looks very nice and it fits in with the theme of what I'm going for, really. I wanted to have a bit of a roof going over the queue line, and I thought if I put these metal pillars in, and then it doesn't have to be anything too fancy, anything too crazy, but I just wanted to put a bit of an archway in, just to add a bit of colour, which you'll realise in a minute. I'll go back and change the colour from brown to blue. So yeah, it just adds a bit of colour, and once it's done, it's one of these things that it really does bring it to life a little bit, and it just makes it a little bit more interesting than just having a square queue line going around like that. So there is a bit of a gap in the middle, but this is only meant as a canopy. It's not meant as a building, so it's not specifically there to cover all areas of the queue line. So that's my thinking here. Once we have finished with the planting here, once we finish with the planting here, I'll move on to put a seating area for the food outlets that I put in the last episode, which will be situated next to the teacups, similar to the seating area I did, I think back in episode 2, I want to say, where it's just like a nice big open space, a few picnic tables, have a interaction zone with mascots, and yeah, just have a nice sort of open plan area where guests can sort of relax if they don't want to be on rides, and pretty much that is it. It sounds very simple, very easy. I can tell you it's very time consuming, especially putting in all these plants, as you can see here. Hence why I've kind of split it up and sped up the footage, and also jumped a bit further along, just so you don't have to sit and watch all of this being put in, because as I say, it is a little bit repetitive, but it's one of these things that the more time you spend on it, the better it looks when it's done. So there you are. That's the planting done for the teacups. So yeah, I'm very pleased with that. Just around here, I'm just kind of getting rid of the railings that were already in, and I'll be putting in some fencing just to carry on with the custom fencing that I've been doing lately. And I think this brings the area again. It brings it sort of really into that vintage style park. I know this picket fence comes with the vintage DLC pack, and that is what and that's probably the sort of fencing I've used the most so far in the park. But going for a vintage FUNFAIR style park, that is what I'm going to be using. So it doesn't, although it seems like I'm using it a lot, it's kind of it's kind of the best style for it. It'd look a bit out of place if I started using pirate fencing or anything for a teacups ride. Just within the ride queue itself, I wanted to just put these archway lights, just to kind of brighten up the queue line, give it again a bit more decoration. It's not necessarily there to provide lighting, if that makes sense. It's more there for decoration. The light being the decoration, as opposed to just being there for to help you see in the night. I just thought this design looked quite good in this area. and you know, once the guests are in the park, I'm sure it will you know, it will give it a really realistic sort of feel. I was just trying to get the ropes to match up there at the end. So yeah, there's the queue line, there's the Teacups ride, and then here I'm just starting on the as I say, on the sort of like picnic plaza area. So yeah, that's my plan for the remainder of this episode, is just to get this sort of seating area done. I've obviously got a few of these gaps again, like I have done previously, just because I couldn't fit a square plaza in. I'll fill those gaps in with trees and fencing, just so they look more natural as opposed to looking a bit out of shape. Carried on with the log fencing as well, which I did on the other section. I feel like this log fencing, because of the height of it, it makes people. To me, it feels like it kind of encloses the picnic area quite well. You know, you don't have to be surrounded by the noise of rides and the queue lines, etc. It's very, you know, it's very sort of separated. So yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Here's the fencing just going down. I wanted this a little bit lower, not quite the height of the standard fencing, but yeah, I just wanted something here just to kind of break it up and make it look a bit more natural, so you just haven't got those random bits of grass in the middle of the pathway. And then it's a case of just putting the picnic tables down, different style picnic tables to before, but again, I was just going for something different, just wanted to try it out really, and then it'll be a case of putting some sort of umbrella on the picnic tables as well. So again, just so guests can sit under there. So if it's a hot day, you can sit under there in the shade. And it's not a necessary detail. You know, if you let guests in the park, they're not going to be there complaining, going, "Oh, there's no umbrellas on the tables." What they, you know, all that's for is a realistic look to, you know, to people using the game or playing the game basically. And then finally, this is just the entertainment station. Just to where the mascots will come and gather, and guests can come and wait by this point to come and meet the mascots. So yeah, I will when I start letting guests into the park, I will obviously hire some mascots so that guests can come and interact with them. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this episode. I mean, I'm just putting some trees around here again, just to make it feel separate and split off from the rest of the park. You can obviously join the main path there quite easily, but the rest of the area I wanted to feel a bit separated, and then just putting some trees in the gaps. But other than that is it for this episode. Thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.